If I can.
I don't know. You got to take. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a happy good morning to you wherever you are. This is a Clara Luper radio show. Today's show is being brought to you by your favorite Allstate insurance agent, Marilyn Hildred. If it's insurance that you need, it doesn't make any difference what kind, life, automobile, home, name it, call Marilyn. 8430811, or you may call at home 427-8399. Yes, this is the Clara Luper radio show, and you have waited a whole week, and you are going to be so happy because I have some surprises for you. I have some surprises for you today because this is your day. Today's program is dedicated to the Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant. The contestants in the Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant. And tonight, that show will start at exactly 7:30 at the Mirage Convention Center. The big question is who will represent Oklahoma City and Oklahoma County in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. That question will be answered tonight at the Clarion Star Room at the Clarion Hotel on North Lincoln Boulevard, and you are expected to be there. Congratulations to the 1995 contestants from Gates Barbershop, 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Mr. Gates says, I have been with the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant since 1970, and I am so proud of the contestants, the sponsors. I'm proud of the escorts and all of those that are making that pageant possible. And I will be pulling for them tonight, all at the Gates Barbershop, 2609 North Martin Luther King, because tonight is Oklahoma City's night. Congratulations to the Oklahoma City contestants come from hometown, IGA, 2001 Northeast to 23rd Street in Oklahoma City. You don't have to call. They have a special meat sale. Go to hometown IGA and get your groceries. Congratulations to the 1995 Oklahoma City contestants from Dr. A.L. Dow, your optometrist. The optometrist that not only take care of your eyes, but he will give you some advice that you need. Every time I think about education, I think of Dr. A.L. Dow, 934 Northeast 8th Street. Now, you need to call for an appointment. The telephone number is 235-0536. Dr. A.L. Dow. You called me this week because you didn't understand the telephone number for the Passion Home Health Care. The Passion Home Health Care Incorporated is located at 3838 Northwest 36th Street in Suite 100. The telephone number is 943-5779. Mrs. Deborah Jackson is the general manager and owner. Now, if you need home care, don't worry. Don't try to do it yourself. Let the nurses, the doctors, the therapists, and all come out and take care of you. Call 943-5779. Congratulations to the 1995 Miss Black Oklahoma City contestants come from Chauncey Shadinas. Chauncey Shadinas, Mrs. Gloria Matthews said, for all of these years I've been with you, and I'm with you. I've already gone to the hotel because I'm in a meeting there, a special daycare nursery meeting, but I will be there for the 1995 Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant. Chauncey Shadinas is located at 1643 Northeast 50th Street. The telephone number is 424-4656. Chauncey Shadinas, number 2, is located at 2611 North Martin Luther King Avenue. Do you have a way to go and get your groceries, or you just want to go where you are protected? Well, call Give Me a Free Hand. 3838 Northwest 36. The telephone number is 946-8928. A special hello to all of the people in Cushing, Oklahoma. Thank you so much. The reception you gave me was unbelievable. Thank you, Cushing, Oklahoma. Thank you, Pawnee, Oklahoma. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Slick, Oklahoma. It was certainly a pleasure for me to be with you during your Black Heritage celebration on last Sunday. The music was unbelievable, the hospitality, and oh, that dinner. You know, it's really something interesting. Did you know no two people cook a sweet potato pie alike? You cannot get a recipe for your favorite sweet potato pie because everybody's sweet potato pie has just a different taste. Don't take my word for it, just try it yourself. Oh, yes, it's time now to talk about Miss Black Oklahoma City. That's tonight at 7:30 at the Clarion Theater. I had a friend who could not be there tonight, and he wanted me to give somebody his ticket. And I'm going to do that. I don't know. I've got to decide who I should give it to. I know I should give it to somebody out there in radio land because you are so sweet. You've been with me for years, and you wouldn't miss the Clara Luper radio show for nothing. And you are exactly right. Don't ever miss the Clara Luper radio show because you will be missing the opportunity of your life to know exactly what's going on. All right, the finalists in the Miss Black Oklahoma City contest pageant is Denisha Childs, Shalom Harris, Danielle King, Siobhan Stinson, Christina Thompson, Deanna Williams, Yolanda Wright. Those are the finalists, and those are the ones that you will see tonight. You make the decision. You may call me at 672-1220 and tell me who you think will win it tonight. Let me go back over Yolanda Wright, Deanna Williams, Christina Thompson, Siobhan Stinson, Danielle King, Shalom Harris, or Denisha Childs. You call me, please. Don't you miss anything. Be sure and call me and tell me what you think. Because you have some thoughts, and you have some good thoughts. Well, this week it's been a busy week with me. It has really been busy. And I've had the opportunity to see you all over this state. It's been quite a pleasure. Let's kind of just back up a little. I told you on last Sunday I was in Cushing, Oklahoma, and that was quite an experience. But did I tell you that last week on Monday night I had the experience of my life? On Monday night, I had an experience that I shall always cherish. And I know you say, Clara, you're always talking. I do have something to talk about because of what happened on last Monday night. On last Monday night, I went home. And it was just like home to me because there I saw students that I had taught in leading positions. And I was so impressed with those students, those church members, that whole district, until I said, well, one thing I've got to do, I've got to share this with my audience because it's too good for me to keep. And if I would tell you, maybe you would say, oh, Clara's just talking. So that's why I have somebody here to tell us all about it. Will you give me your name, please?
I'm Elder Harris, pastor of the New Bethel Church of God in Christ. I'm also the president of the Oklahoma City District YPWW Youth Department.
We better say what, Harris, because I can hear somebody now. I don't know, is that, okay, Elder?
Luther Harris.
Luther Harris, you're here. Now, Elder Harris, let's go back over. You are what?
I am the president of the YPWW, which is Young People's Will and Worker Department of the Oklahoma City District.
How did you get to be president of that district?
Oh, I received that position through our state president recommended us for that job when it became vacant.
Who is the state president?
Our state president is President Elder J.W. Strickland.
And he recommended you for that position. Now, basically, what does that mean that you have to do?
Basically, what we really do is each church, we have 9 churches in our district, and what we must do is bring a program to the forefront for the young people in each local church. And so we formulate this from a district level.
Oh, and you do it in each local church?
Right.
Do you go into these churches, or are there members in the church that do that particular thing?
It's a department organized in each church, and we do make visits into the church to make sure that the youth department is run correctly and that it is filled with all the information that is necessary for it to be a vital, movable organization.
And that's why you have so many young people in that church?
That's why we have so many.
Okay, tell me about the activities that you are engaged in as part of this program.
Basically, the activity, the youth department is just aside from the Sunday school department. The Sunday school is the teaching arm of our organization. The youth department, YPWW, is the training. So this is where you get a lot of action, such things as Bible drills. You get sniper fire. You get drill teams. All types of. It's a more of a. It has a more broader functional part. And so this is what we do: is we go out and we try to get them involved into the youth department to make the youth understand that they can have fun and still yet learn how to be good, strong, viable Christians.
Why do you think it's so important to develop the youth in your church?
Well, basically, the youth is our future. And basically, I really feel that actually we need them today because, the older you get, you need young people to help you do what you have to do and be real successful. So if we don't train our young people properly now, then that means our future will diminish. So this is why we try to train them.
All right, you're certainly doing a good job. Let's just kind of salute some of those adults that work with the young people.
All right. Basically, the person that really I fall heavily on, I would like to give tribute to, is my chairman, Thompson, who is with me here today. And he is a very fine, he is the oldest in the work of the youth department.
We better call his name because there are a lot of Thompsons out there.
Oh, yes. Robert Thompson. He's the deacon at Victory Temple Churches of God in Christ, a very fine and loyal person, and one that knows the work very well and that can help advise. He's also on the advisory board, and he can help advise us in how to put the right ingredients into our department for the young people.
This is the Clara Luper radio show, and this portion of our show is brought to you by Gates Barbershop. Oh, Gates, oh, Gates, oh, Gates. You can cut that hair. Cut on, Gates. All you have to do is go to 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue, and you can get the type of haircut that you really want. I am talking to Elder Harris. Elder Harris has told you that in his district, and am I correct? In your district, right?
Right.
There are 9 churches.
Yes,
is that correct?
That's correct.
Each one of these churches has what kind of youth program?
Young People's Willing Worker.
Okay, let's call the names of some of these churches.
All right, we have the City of Refuge Church of God in Christ.
Who is
The pastor is our state president, President J.W. Strickland.
Okay.
We have the New Life Churches of God in Christ. The pastor there is a Sunday school representative, state Sunday school representative, and his name is Elder James Powell. We have the Victory Temple Churches of God in Christ, and the pastor there is the Dr. Malcolm Colby, who is over the C.H. Mason Bible Academy. And we also have the New Bethel Church of God in Christ, which is I'm the pastor there. We have the St. Paul Churches of God in Christ. The pastor is Elder Sanders. And we have the Love, Joy, and Peace Church of God in Christ. The pastor there is Elder Ray Strickland. And then we have Greater Gospel Kingdom. The pastor there is Pastor Hamilton Ware.
There are some things that just touch you. In the first place, other night, and I was there on last Monday night, when that superintendent walked in. Tell me about him.
Oh, Miss Luper, we have the finest superintendent that anyone could ever wish for. And I would like to pay special tribute to Superintendent C.R. Stevenson, the superintendent of the Oklahoma City District. He is one in a million. He's a very fine, dutiful, experienced, and well-trained and well-dedicated person in the whole entire work of the Churches of God in Christ, and certainly we are just honored to have him as our superintendent.
When he walked in there, you could just feel love in that sanctuary.
Well, yes, I'll tell you the reason why you could feel that basically is because it's easy to love someone that loves back. He is a person that loves the whole entire district. He has no partiality between churches, nor pastors, nor members, nor friends. And so this type of person, you just can't help but have that type of feeling for.
This is the Clara Luper radio show, and remember, tonight is a night. Tonight is a night that Oklahoma City will select two young ladies, Miss Black Oklahoma City and Miss Black Oklahoma County, and you are invited to be there. We do have exactly 50 seats left. in that whole theater. 50 seats left. And I'm going to give away one ticket, but it's not in those 50. The tickets are $10. But after you see that show tonight, you're going to say, "Ooh, Clara, I would pay $25 or $100 to see a show like that." And I'm going to be telling you because it's really something. The theme is Destination Success, and it is going to be something. Ladies and gentlemen, I think one thing that we should do in the media, we should keep our people informed about what is happening within our own city. I have a special, deep rooted love for the churches because as a student of history, I know what contributions the churches have made. And I think that when you leave the church, you're leaving your feet because your churches are the basis of our whole achievement. The churches were educating people when nobody else would think about it. And if you aren't a member of a church today, I ask you to run somewhere tomorrow and join somebody's church. I'm talking to Elder Harris. We've been talking about the general program. Now let's get down to specifics. Because you all really, I don't know what to say. Tell me about Monday night.
Oh, Monday night, it was just a general, ordinary black history program that we have involved ourselves with because we see that it is very necessary for us to leave the proper information for our youth. And so we've gone to great measures to do it. But the greatest thing and honor was for us to have you as our guest speaker.
No, let's not talk about Clara Luper. Let's talk about the fact that when I arrived there were so many young people, middle-aged and senior citizens there, and they escorted me up to a special. Tell them about that, because I certainly want Gladys Elliott from Hoffman, Oklahoma, to know about that.
Well, Miss Luper, your escortees were that of the king and queen that of the youth department. We do have a pageant that Sister Eileen Lewis, is my chair lady and worker, and she's over the program. She has a lot to do with formulating the program, and we get together with all of our constituents and we formulate these programs in our business meeting. And these are just one of the obligations and duties that the king and queen has, is escorting our guest in and taking care of them.
Oh, what a beautiful queen and that handsome king. Oh, tell us who they were.
Now, the young king was Michael Carwell. Michael Carwell.
Oh, Michael had class.
Oh, yeah, he's a very fine young man, and his mother is Frida Mae Carwell. His father is Michael Carwell Sr.
All right.
And they are very fine. Also, his father is the president at the New Bethel Church of God in Christ of the YPWW department.
Oh, great.
And we just so happy to have them.
Oh, tell us about that beautiful queen.
Oh, my God. Now, that beautiful queen, that's little Tiffany. Little Tiffany, now her grandmother is Sister Eileen Lewis, which is my chairlady. And they won the pageant on last year, and she is quite a jewel. She's a songster. She's an inspirational. She's just an outgoing person. And certainly we just so happy to have young people with such outstanding and outgoing attitudes to work with. We do have some very fine young people.
Oh, tell me about that drill team. And they came in there. What was that they were saying when they came in?
Oh, my God. Picking it, what's that? Sun up, sundown? Yeah, picking that cotton. Yes, sir. Sun up, sundown. That drill team is from the Victory Temple Churches of God in Christ. And certainly I want you to know that they are doing a very, very fine job there at the Victory Temple with those young people there also.
And they came in, they was talking about that cotton?
Oh, yeah, they were picking it and holding their backs, Miss Luper. I'm telling you, they was really carrying it on. It's almost started my back to hurting.
Oh, my gosh. I know down in Hoffman we used to sing a song, "Cotton needs a picking so bad I'm going to pick all over this field." Let me ask you, Brother Thompson, what did you think of that drill team as they came marching in?
I thought it was very good, and it showed forth some of the old time was the way they were dressed and the way they were carrying on is like the old time people did in the cotton field, because that's the way they talk back to each other.
Well, I certainly am a victim of that cotton picking. We picked cotton all over Hoffman. We picked. But, Brother Thompson, another thing that touched me, how they went back through the years and showed different things, old things, the irons and what have you. What part of that impressed you most?
Well, just being were a part of it because I knew about a lot of those things because of where I come up from the eastern part of Oklahoma, we had the older things. And so most of the people always thought that I should know more about them than anybody else because I did a lot of them. And that's the reason why I could explain some of the things.
Okay, I want you to explain some of them to the 600,000 people that are listening to the Clara Luper radio show.
One, we had the churn where we churned the milk.
Oh, we had that down at Hoffman. We could churn that milk. All you had to do is keep churning and finally the milk turned to butter. Okay?
All right, and then but in the wintertime, if it was cold, you had to set that milk by the fire in order for it to turn.
Oh, really?
Then when it turned, when it looked like it was kind of clapping and it was ready to churn, then you churned it. And you poured hot water in it to kind of keep it going to make that butter come.
Okay.
Also, we had an iron, a gas iron. One of the I don't know what year this was in, but it was back where you use white gas. And you
Wait a
had
minute, you got one on me. What is white gas? What's it?
It was a gas way back then. It wasn't red like the other gas.
Okay,
they used this
okay.
for pressing or cooking stuff.
So you put that gas in the iron.
In
Okay.
the iron, and then you lit it, and it heated the iron up. It had a fire like inside of the iron, and then they used this to iron with.
And what else did you have?
We had the cotton. Sister brought some cotton there, a stalk of cotton that she raised in the back of her yard at home here in the city. And she showed how that it opened, and I picked many a bales of cotton in my time.
I too, and pulled it too.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
yeah.
So it was just some of the old things, a history of the things that we did, the things that we had back in the olden days.
I like that medicine part. Tell me about it. That medicine part. And,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, yes, and we had the different medicine, the different type of medicine that they had. One was talking about the sassafras or the tea that they made, the cow chip tea. Some of you don't know what cow chip tea is, but
Oh, I'll tell them that's cow manure.
then you had the hog hoof tea, and also which was taken off the toes of the hog's foot, and you made tea out of it. Or you had the broomweed tea, which we have growing around here. A lot of people don't know what it is, but it's a very good, when you have the flu, you can take and cook that up into tea, and it really makes good tea.
Oh, yeah.
It stimulates you.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of good things and things that some of that I hadn't even heard about.
Well, the one about vinegar, and I noticed that
Well.
in many of our magazines now they're advertising and asking people to use more vinegar.
Well, see, a lot of this they still use today, but we got high-tech names for it. But it's the same thing, and they just color it and make it sound good.
But nobody in Hoffman ever had diarrhea, because when you had diarrhea, you would have to pull up a cucumber, and you don't even know what a cucumber is.
Oh, yeah.
And then chew the roots of it, and that would cure. At least it did down in Hoffman. Now, don't you go out and find some cucumbers and be calling fussing at me, but it worked down in Hoffman. I don't know whether it would work in Cushing or Spencer. I don't know, but I do know it worked in Hoffman. Don't take my word for it. Ask the people from Hoffman or Grayson. Now, certainly you brought together and you reminded those young people of the things that our forefathers and our parents went through. And I think that's commendable. Let's talk about the music, though, Elder.
Oh, our music department, basically the way we do it, we do have a district choir, but what we try to do at this time, we try to spotlight, or would you say earmark a certain choir from each church in each meeting. We have one meeting a month, and this gives them a chance to really bring their best forward and be the center of attraction. So on last Monday, we was very honored to have the Greater Gospel Kingdom Church of God in Christ youth choir with us.
Oh, my.
And I'll tell you, those young folks can really, really sing. And most of these young people that you see us singing, they entails and makes up all of our choirs throughout our work, such as our state YPWW choir and also our state choir that performed for us for each occasion that we have, such as our April meeting, Ministers and Workers meeting, and our July convocation. So we have some very fine people in the music department.
Elder Harris, I noticed you were giving away a lot of money. Tell me about that on Monday night.
Oh, well, Miss Luper, we actually, it was really, it's an honor to do things and to really get people's attention, sometimes you have to use things that are valuable. And certainly, we, the youth department, we're taking we're going to extreme measures, may I say this, to touch and to really get the attention of not only the young people, but many of us adults has forgotten or has tried to forget from whence we have come from, that we need to remember that will help us really be better people today. And so this is just one of the little minute ways we have of getting their attention. Now, the Susan B's, basically that was really a memento token to remind every woman that every time that there is an opportunity to vote, regardless of what condition you're in, if you are possibly able to go, get out and vote. Remember this, if you fail to use the opportunity to vote, then you give up your right to help run America. And this is what we definitely don't want to do. We want to create this.
You asked every woman in that audience that voted to stand up, and you gave them a Susan B. Anthony dollar.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I have mine right here. I wish y'all could see me. I'm sitting up here. You cannot say Clara Luper is broke anymore because Clara Luper has a Susan B. Anthony dollar. Your program was outstanding, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of it and to see my Darlene and my Sharon, and your chairman was one of my students. It was really satisfying. But after the meeting, you stood there. You told us to go into the dining room. And I want you to tell the audience what you had in that dining room for those of us that were there. Because if I tell it, somebody say, "Oh, Clara, you're just putting on." Tell us what you had in the dining room. What I want you to do. You tell me one. You tell me one. And let's go through this dining room. And I know out there in Radio Land, all my white friends saying, "Oh, Clara, I wish I had been there." I know, I wish you had been there too. But you were not there, but I was there. And that's really important.
Oh, Miss Luper, I'll tell you what. Actually, what that really entailed was it was still part of the program. We, as the youth department leaders, realized from our past histories, whenever there was a gathering of any type, we ate. And that was a type of fellowship. And I kind of styled it after the Last Supper. The last thing that Jesus did was really momentum, was really the Last Supper. So we thought that it would be very nice, and we know that we have a lot of good cooks, and we realize that we have a lot of recipes that are dying and not being handed down. And so what we're trying to do is keep those old recipes alive, because if you ever get to some real good home cooking, you've had a real meal. And so this is what this entails. We ask the public to bring a recipe, something that was passed down through their family, regardless of what it was. So that's what that really entailed. But Thompson, you might kind of enlighten us on that.
That's very good. It was just to kind of keep the history going. And also, we had some of these old dinners, old pots fixed up that probably some of you don't even know about. We had a bread pudding.
Bread pudding.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes people don't know what that was, but in the old days, keeping wasting that bread, we made the bread pudding.
That's right.
And then you had the beans and rice, red beans and rice.
Red beans and rice.
Now, that was something.
Okay, and what else did you
We
have?
had pig feet.
Pig feet.
We had chitlins.
Yeah, because every time we used to look at a pig down the hall, we would look at his feet. Looking forward to eating his feet. Okay.
Then we had sweet potato pies.
Sweet potato pies. And I told you that each sweet potato pie was different. Yes, and what else?
We had potato salads.
Oh.
Second year to be a page. Calvin Luper, I need the names of those pages because they are waiting, and I know this is really funny. One of my little pages, my beautiful granddaughter, Miss Battles, called me this morning. Her dad called me because she had told him that she has to be up to the hotel at 7:30. Now here, and she was really talking about, and this was Jasmine, that she was talking about the state, but don't any of you take your kids to the hotel until 3 o'clock. Now let me repeat that. And the pages for 1995 are Jasmine Ballard, Cremishula Cross, Victoria Cook, Latoya Dokes, Darshell Davis, Alicia Ellison, Essence Horn, Pasley Ford, Krista Gaston, Alicia Hildred, Kia Hornbeck, Antoinette Jackson, Shanika Jackson, Cece McDonald, Krista Newman, Stenia Moore, Dominic Motley, Miss Rochelle Roberts, Shade Roberts, Brittany Red, Brandy Red, the Honorable, that little winning who won the Soul Bazaar, Fanika Scales, Andrea Scott, Javon Smith, Miss Soul Bazaar, 1994, Miss Page, 1994, Coco Thomas, Janelle Whitaker, Thais Ray, and I think I have all of you. But tonight, attending the pageant will be some lovely young ladies that have already won their pageants, and they will be there. I want you to know that tonight you will have the opportunity to see the lovely Maisha Benson from Midwest City, LaDonna Mitchell from Dale City, Jan Cooley from Cameron University. You will also have the opportunity to see Miss OU, the lovely Miss B. Ahmad. You will have the opportunity to see that lovely, beautiful Kristen Nichols from Spencer, Oklahoma. The lovely, talented Joy Howard from UCO, University of Central Oklahoma. You will have the opportunity to see Darshinia Finley from War Acres, the lovely Charlotte West from Surrey Hill. You will see Miss Putnam City, Nardos Wyos. You will see LaCretia Dumas from Nakoma Park. And Miss Black, the presiding Miss Black, Oklahoma, Sylvia uh, Claytar from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yolanda Wright is on line number 1. Yolanda? Hello, Yolanda? Hello, Yolanda?
Hello.
Yolanda, are you ready for tonight?
Mm-mm.
No, you aren't ready for tonight?
No.
Well, you have a few hours to get ready, and I'll see you tonight. Bye-bye, and I do love you. Okay?
Okay.
Well, she says she's not ready, but she has plenty of time to get ready because the show won't start until 7:30. Mrs. Hunter? Hello? Yeah, Mrs. Hunter,
Oh, yes.
are you ready for tonight?
Oh, yes. I'm always ready. You know, I'm always ready. I don't know what Miss Wright is going to talk about. She's not ready for tonight. That way she's been getting.
Okay,
making
we'll see her.
preparations and getting
Oh,
everything
she's just
together.
being modest.
But I know they're all a little nervous, Mrs. Luper. So you expect that because that comes with being on the program. You're
Mrs.
always a little
Hunter,
nervous.
Mrs. Hunter, I know you wish you had been with me Monday night.
Oh, Monday night.
Yes.
What was happening on Monday night?
Oh, well, I'm not going to tell you now. I'm not going to tell you. You put me in the same position Yolanda did. You don't know what happened. Tell me about the judges for.
Monday night. I beg
Okay,
your pardon?
okay. Tell me about the judges for tonight.
Oh, Mrs. Luper, we're going to have a wonderful panel of judges. And if you miss coming out tonight to Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant, you're going to really miss the treat. Because there we're going to have Mr. Allen. We're going to have
Conrad will be there from OU. Okay.
Conrad Allen. Okay. I'm sure you're glad you said it. Conrad Allen from Oklahoma University. And then we'll have Paige, and that person is from the State Central University.
Oh yeah, she represented Quail Creek last year in the pageant.
Oh, she did.
Okay, yes.
Then when we have Sandra Kirkendall, who just called me to tell me that she was ready. She said, "Honey, I am ready."
I know she's ready.
can't
She's a
imagine
former
Wright saying
representative.
She's not ready.
She's an
Kirkendall
executive with Allstate Insurance Company now.
yes, she is. And then we have Mr. Thad Johnson.
Thad Johnson is with the tourist department, very well qualified, and was honored last year by the NACP during the sit-in movement.
And then
Celebration.
we have Sonia Dunn.
Sonia Dunn is Sonia Carter, who worked not only for this radio station, graduated from John Marshall High School, and graduated from UCO. Okay?
And we have Crystal Gabriel.
Yes,
Who,
you know Krista
yes,
real well.
Crystal Gabriel, yes, indeed, because she works for the telephone company.
Okay.
And then we have Glenn Brooks.
Glenn Brooks, and be sure and get in contact with Glenn Brooks. All of you out there, call him. He's Mr. Omega Psi Phi Fraternity. Okay, Glenn Brooks, you're to be there tonight. What time are the judges to be there?
They had to be there at 5:30 this afternoon
5:30 and
to
start
interview
working.
the girls there at the Clara, and I believe you said we're going to be in the Star Room.
Yes, we are going to be in the Star Room.
This
Okay.
is where we are going to be. Then we have Dorothy McLaughlin.
Dorothy